Welcome to Young Asia Television.
Hello and welcome to the interview. I'm speaking again with Shanthi Satchithanandam, the chair of Viluthu. We spoke 2 months earlier. Welcome back to the program, Shanthi.
Thank you.
2 months earlier, we were before the general election, the parliamentary elections, and I think one interest in getting you back on the program was to get from you as a candidate and in being part of the whole process of electioneering leading up to the 8th of April, what it was like, and maybe that's a good first question. What was it like, Shanthi? I know that this is something that you were very interested in doing. What was it like as a female candidate? And just to be part of that electoral process, which, as with any elections in the past, wasn't free of violence and malpractice.
Regarding that last question, the last part of your question, I think the elections were comparatively safe this time. We were not intimidated like the way that the previous elections went.
And you were campaigning around...
in Batticaloa district.
So, yeah, okay.
In Batticaloa district. So there was a vast improvement in that respect. And there were, what I would say, a resigned attitude on the part of some of the former armed groups, where they felt that carrying arms would be detrimental to them obtaining votes. So in that way, the elections had a positive impact on the whole question of militarization. Especially in Batticaloa district. But coming to the real part of your question, I enjoyed it. It was so wonderful. I realized that that was my area. Like I should have, gone into politics a long time ago. Just meeting people, just talking to them, so on. But I must I must explain a little bit about the party that I contested. I contested as one of the independent groups. Because we had launched a party which is called the People's Rights Party. We wanted to bring a new kind of politics. It resembling a little bit about like the old left, but not really the left. You can say the liberal left. I wouldn't even call ourselves social democrats because we are much more radical than social democrats. So I don't know, we are pitching ourselves somewhere, in between that. So our campaign was basically about an analysis of the current political situation, what's going to happen and so on. And everywhere we went, there was so much support. People really liked our campaign. At one point, we heard that there was an NIB report saying that one seat may be won by an independent group, and some of the parties like the National Democratic Front and other parties, they contacted us and said,
made overtures to it.
Yeah, they said maybe this is your party which is going to win. But of course we knew that it was stacked against us, we being independent and all that. But people said that we conducted a completely different campaign. We talked to them. So they said, we have never been part of a political discussion before. You are talking to us about, what's going to happen, what is the new parliament going to be, and so on. Whereas the government support groups had only one sentence to tell them: we will bring you jobs and development, vote for us. Then TNA had one sentence: vote for Tamil rights, right? So, vote for a Tamil candidate or something like that. We went with a discourse, like we discussed things. So it was really...
Do you think that kind of engagement of not just promises but genuine engagement with the people stands you any chance whatsoever, Shanthi, of getting elected?
No, you see, because if one had the objective of being elected to parliament, I would say this is not the right way.
So you want to rabble-rouse, you want to instigate people to think.
Yeah, that's the thing, because when we start a debate, then I find that TNA has to answer that somewhere else. You see? So I like it, and I think that's our role, basically. But of course, at the end of it, we don't want to be the losers all the time. But this is the first time, and I think we did very well. We took a lot of debates through, and we want to continue that.
Some concern over turnout, as you know, relatively speaking. There seemed to be apathy with the electoral process. I can't really put our fingers as to what it really was, but people didn't turn out and vote. Was that a mismatch between the enthusiasm that you've just now spoken about when you were campaigning as opposed to what happened on the 8th of April? Or did you feel that actually there was a sense of a willingness to engage with you on those issues, but not really a willingness to go and vote? I mean, on the ground, what was it like?
I would say that there was a willingness to engage with me and our team, because you know, we had very interesting ways of explaining a situation and so on. So don't say that. I'm not boasting about, but then of course we had some credit to the kind of campaign that we did. But the thing is that there is a lot of despondency, and there is no hope. And so people think that there is no use in their vote.
So why were they interested in talking to you and the issues that you clearly engage them with, if they also, I mean, how do the two, you get what I'm getting at? I mean, how can there be hopelessness and yet an interest in engaging?
You see, interest in engaging is looking at, okay, is this the current situation? What's going to happen? What happened before? And, all that. But actually, we also couldn't really give them a kind of an immediate solution. Right? What we were basically saying is that this time going to the parliament is not kind of using the arena of the parliament as some kind of a vehicle for a solution, but actually using that in order to come back into the community to work. I mean, that was what we were saying. Because what we said basically was, this is going to be a Mahinda Rajapaksa parliament. And so there is no space within that. So we were really harping on getting somewhere like a parliamentary seat would really help us to come back and organize the community, work with them. So that didn't give people any hope. Like they like good, nice things that they can hear. Oh, we will deliver political solution, or like how TNA said, Northeast merger. So in one of the party meetings, TMVP, Pullian, the chief minister, he came and he ridiculed. He said, Northeast merger, bunkum, Where are they going to get it from? And they have absolutely no hold on this government or on India in order to deliver that. So, I mean, I think people would have liked us to say, okay, nice we'll bring, nice things. We didn't.
Fiction. But is campaigning a believable fiction? Are you running against the grain here?
We are running against the grain in a sense. But I would say, something that I learned from my NGO, social work, is that there are no shortcuts.
So you're in for the long haul, Shanthi?
Long haul.
This is very much what you want to do.
Yeah,
but
it's
even
nice.
I want to come back to that earlier statement. This is very much what you want to do with now a parliament that you don't see any space in to operate.
Yes.
How do you then reconcile yourself to... I can understand you wanting to be in the politics, but that was a very powerful statement to those who were representatives, I mean, who were elected rather into parliament. I mean, how does one carve out the space then?
We have this quiz of 2 lines. There is 1 line, and you have to make it small without touching it. You can't erase it. You can't do anything with it. How do you make it small?
Then you expect the people to answer this, and the answer would be, I'm not going to...
The answer is, you draw a bigger line.
Right.
This becomes small. And that's the principle
over
on
it,
which...
so,
that's the principle that we are working with. So there is something big, so we can't double with that, but we can make a bigger thing somewhere else.
In terms of the larger Tamil politics, I'm not even going to the diaspora, but within Sri Lanka, Shanthi, post 8th April, we have seen overtures being made, reconciliatory noises now being made. We do not know as of today where this is all going to head, But there are the possibilities now of, say, the TNA
What's the
working with.
use? For what?
Exactly. I mean,
For what?
is this
Nothing.
positive or negative?